Okay, folks, good morning and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is 5:02 in the a.m. Eastern Standard Time. New quarter. We have a new quarter. We made it through. We're on the other side. And I'm just scrolling through. Iran blames terrorists, pipeline border. They're not taking any blame. I'm not that worried there. All right. Let's take a look at the. Oh, this is funny. Yesterday, so China, China's China's back in expansion. Things are great over in China. Their data is just skyrocketing. It is moonlight and roses over in China. So thank God for their official data, so that we have something to look forward to here in the United States. Their PMI, any read above 50, is a sign of expansion. And here you have it. Last month in red, you saw things drop off a cliff. This month, it's moonlight and roses again. Actually, this is the non-manufacturing versus manufacturing. My apologies. Moonlight and roses over in China. Go figure. A totalitarian society definitely beats another manufacturing PMI back in expansion. Again, any read above 50 is expansion. Look at the prior month's read. Incredible. The audacity of them to put out these numbers. There is a day of reckoning coming with the Chinese, no doubt about it. What else do we have here other than serious fake news out of China? Not much. Let's go to the charts. All right. Let's check out the dollar. What are we doing on the dollar? The dollar, I did market wrap last night with members. We were talking about the dollar in great detail. And we saw a reversal day yesterday. And today, we're up 0.5%. The key to remember, good morning, Kat. The key to remember is that the dollar, if you take a look at a weekly chart of the dollar, you have your stochastics, which are now trading down below 50, at least on the UUP, the Dollar Bull ETF. What happens when you get that situation going on? Rallies tend to fade, just as we saw yesterday. And we were in a bear flag setup on the US dollar. What happened yesterday? We broke that lower band of support. You have a little bit, this is a stretch, but you know what? I'm going to do an Evel Knievel here and take that jump. We have an inverted head and shoulders setup. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's the neckline. I think ultimately we break it. And if we break it, we want to take a real close look at gold, which did not have a great day yesterday. But it is bouncing back somewhat this morning. We're back above the 1600 mark on gold. Good morning, Cherry. Let's check out silver. We're going to raise stops on our silver trade. We don't want profits to slip away. Come on, where's my silver chart? Ugh. There we go, right in front of me. All right, so silver's looking good. These are 4-hour charts, folks. Silver's looking very, very good this morning. Loving this consolidation. Very nice, very nice. So we're looking for a rip here. Taking a look. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Not much going on here. RSI very weak. Here's your downtrend. No trade to be had here. If we pop up, maybe. But right now, nothing going on. Do we have crude prices? Let me just go with Brent. We saw a build in oil yesterday, and we're still pretty weak here. I mean, my God, we're down 5%. Unbelievable. Trying to find a bottom here. I would avoid. Let's talk stocks. S&P 500. How are we starting off? Wow. Wow. Down nearly 3%. We did begin to open up shorts yesterday. But we're using as our logic, our rationale, the weekly charts and resistance on the weekly charts. So I'm not going to be an aggressive shorter until later this week, because I want to see how we close out the week. For all I know, we bounce off of this support level at 2,500 on the S&P 500, and we go ripping higher. So no intention of chasing the market short. We're satisfied with what we have this morning. When we'll take a look at a cat. I took a look at that chart getting hit yesterday. I think it was yesterday. When, okay, NASDAQ down about 2.33%. See what they try to do here. They tried to break it out above 28.95, and they did. They did it right here, and then it failed, and that's a bull trap. Broke down below support, and here we are today. Very poor price action. Dow Jones. Down 2.63%. What I was surprised about yesterday is that the large caps really underperformed the small caps on a daily basis. So, I would love to come out here and say, I'm I'm all giddy that we're weak this morning, but I'm suspect, to be honest with you. Very suspect. Again, we're using the weekly charts. And I'll be more encouraged. Wow, the small caps are getting killed today. I'll be more encouraged if we close out where I suspect we may close out the week on Friday. And the small caps are down nearly 5% this morning. And frankly, folks, if you go back, and I did this over the weekend, if you go back to the weekend commentary, and I spoke about this, you know, all we need to do at this point in time of a market crash, and that's what we're in, despite what they say on CNBC, this is a crash, this is not the buying opportunity of a lifetime. If I hear one more of these talking heads come on and say that you should be dollar cost averaging into this market right now, I want to knock them on the head. So looking at the small caps, we couldn't even rally up to the declining 20-period moving average. We are in a triangle formation at current. That's the best that could be said. In all probability, we're gapping down this morning below this lower band of support, absent some really serious good economic data. Take a look at the financials yesterday. Couldn't even make it up to that 20-period moving average in dotted green. Stopped, and in all probability, they're going to drop today as well. As a matter of fact, let's see what they're doing this morning. Oh, boy. Not good. Big move down this morning on the banks. Let's check out the bond market. Yields are pushing higher. We did see a breakdown on the 20-year bond price yesterday. But this is the 10-year. We have an inverted head and shoulders setup. And we've broken the neckline. So it looks like the Federal Reserve is working today. Let's check out Nat Gas. Wrong chart. Nat Gas, bull trap. We may break here. We have, here's the breakout here. Danced around on the upper band of resistance, rolled over. We may have a head and shoulders setup here. Watching for a break on Nat Gas. Is it possible that we break out? Sure, anything's possible. But normally what happens when you get a bull trap or a head fake or a breakout point failure, whatever you want to call it cupcakes, doesn't matter. When you get a breakout above resistance, you'll retrace back down to the lower band of support. And it's quite possible that we break. So beware those that are trading Nat Gas this morning. All right, let's take a look at a couple of charts here. Hey, Sam, good morning to you. How goes it? Okay. Let's see what we have. Interesting. Here's your reversal bar at the 20 period moving average. It pulled back. Topping action yesterday. Take note of your higher low on RSI and on Stokes. All right. That's a 4-hour chart. We'll pull back to that in a moment. Okay, so here's the monthly chart. New month, new quarter, and we are significantly down below the support level. Now, what may happen here is that we rally in an effort to try to recapture the, let's call it 7150 level. And then, in all probability, we fail. So if they limp it back up, what did we close out yesterday? That's a big move, up to 7150. If they limp it back up here, I think you could short into resistance using a monthly chart. Let's go to a weekly chart. All right, so more resistance to lean into here. $67.52, or on a break below support. And I'm thinking this is a support level. I have to go to a daily chart to see what the low is. Let's see, what is the low? Low 58.05. We closed out at 60. Interesting. Let's go to a daily chart. Yeah. So a short on a break below 58.65. Would be a good entry point. That's a continuation move lower. And it could quite possibly trade down to, oof, big move. This is a declining lower band of support. So you're looking around $29 a share on Win. Yeah, it did fill a gap, but it's weak. You know, if you wanted to, I think I pointed this out already on big charts, that we're seeing higher lows here. You want to acknowledge that. But given our current environment, I think it's, if we break to a new low here, I think it's a fairly safe, as safe as a short can be, a fairly safe short. So I wouldn't be a buyer until we'd have to see a 70 handle on this for me to be comfortable. I think the stock's in trouble. You're welcome, Kat. Good morning, Brad. All right, what else do we have here? These are the TLT, and this is what we're currently short of the TLT. And I've been reluctant to add to it because of the Federal Reserve. This is a daily chart. And you're seeing lower highs. Now they're bidding the bond market up this morning, but I'm not loving this price action. If you want to talk about topping action on the charts, you're seeing it here. You know, for the most part, the Federal Reserve has come out and told the Globe, which is holding our paper, that they are the buyer of last resort for everything. So come bring us your paper. Excuse me. And it looks as though they're getting offers. So watch for a break here on the bond market. I'm a reluctant short here to add more. I don't want to fight this Federal Reserve, but if we begin to break down lower, we just may have more selling of treasuries. I'm going to go over one last chart here. The semis. Now, I'm no fan of technology when we're in recession, so we'll be looking to lean into tech in particular. The semis clearly broke down below support last month. And here's your limp back up. And I already warned about this. Here's my prior resistance level. And it is still holding. So this is a weekly chart, and this is what we're doing across the board, is that as we hit these resistance levels, I want to know, because these resistance levels on a weekly basis act as good entry points to lean into the short side, and you put your stop right above. And there we go. And we hit that twice this week, or twice this month. Wrong chart. Here's that view on a daily basis. Resistance. Let's take a look at how we're doing on in the pre-market. Yeah. A little bit of weakness. Coming off though. Where did we close? Not too bad. So again, I'm suspect of the morning weakness. Check out the Qs, what they're doing. Now the Qs were in a rising upper band of support. They broke the tripwire yesterday in yellow, and they have broken the lower band of support. So a lot of pressure on the Qs this morning. So beware, folks. And again, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go chasing the market short. If you're already short, I would sit with it and I would watch and see how we're poised to close out this week. Do they rally it back? Do they rally it strong? I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't go betting this morning that we are going to close weak. I don't like shorting into weak markets in the morning. I would rather see how we close. All right, with that, folks, I am going to say everybody have a profitable trading day. Please be careful out there. If you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Everybody be well. And again, have a profitable trading day. Talk to you soon.